apart from all of the research and all of the empirical studies, I find that and it tends to be, unfortunately, young men, if you have a young man who, or not so young, but if you have men who have been convicted for something as small as 2 grams of cannabis, because they went out, or let's even say harder drugs, they go out and they use drugs, and they are arrested and prosecuted for personal possession of drugs, not for supply, not for selling drugs, not for importing drugs in Gibraltar. None of what I would call the serious crimes which the police need to stop. I'm talking about simple personal possession. If you have somebody who's convicted for simple personal possession of drugs, that person may find it virtually impossible to launch himself into a career or to be employed. And I think that it's hugely hypocritical to have a segment of society who can go out and drink, and good for them, there's nothing wrong with anyone drinking, but they can drink and get drunk, and unless they get behind a wheel or do something additional, they're not going to be convicted for drinking, but somebody who's smoking cannabis or who's done harder drugs on a night out could be convicted. And the trajectory of their lives will be wholly different, because one may not be able to be called to the bar for simple possession of drugs, and one who drinks perhaps more than the person who does drugs from time to time is able to.